Hey, it's Bill. Here's my thoughts on whatever that was last night. 5-2 Canadiens over the Leafs. All right, what do you discuss? 5-2 over a team with, 11 wins? You lose to this team? A couple things spark to mind right away. Playoff team? I'm going to be Jim Mora here. Playoffs? That was pathetic. Disgusting. Shows on the coach, shows on the GM. I don't know how any one of these players, okay, third line not included. Bunting, I thought, was decent. At least the man tries. Marner wasn't horrible. That's the best I've got for you. The third line was good. The fourth line scored a goal, but I thought they weren't that great. The defense was an absolute abomination. But we'll get to that in just a second. Let's go through it. Typically, Brody is your most stalwart defenseman. Now, granted, he has been great. Can he have a bad night? Yes, he can have a bad night. Like, this is what we expect now. You know, I'm getting texts all the time. Oh, Mrazek sucks. Mrazek didn't have a great game, but do you think Mrazek and Campbell are the problem? Anyone? They're the problem? If you think they're the problem, you could have put Johnny Bauer, Patrick Waugh in his prime, Dominic Hasek in his prime. With this defense, you have no shot. Let's talk about the first goal. How many opportunities, Josh Anderson, do you want to whack it in the net? 1? Nah. 2? Nah. 3? Nah. 4. Brody got pushed out of the way. Our defenseman got put. I get it, Josh Anderson's a big dude, but whack him in the hands, for God's. Take a penalty, for God's sakes. You don't let the guy sit there. It's like when I play in the ASHL. Like, I play in this adult safety hockey league. I'm shocked. I used to go to the net and I used to get whacked, cross-checked, back of the legs are sore. I go to the ASL, some of the teams I play against, you pitch a tent and have a good time. I don't even wear upper body equipment. No one touches me. That's what the Leafs defense is, the ASL defense. Josh Anderson, spend your day there, bud. Have a great time. 1-0. I guess that's the goalie's fault, eh? That's Mrazek, F- scores. Although he did at least give Muzzin the right score. He gave Hull the wrong score. He gave him the worst score. Hull was +2, for God's sakes. You heard me right. Hull was on for both goals the Leafs scored and none against. But Hull's the worst defenseman on the team, right? Wrong. The worst defenseman in the NHL is Jake Muzzin. We'll get there. Second goal. 2-on-1 caused by a horrible Riley play. Riley and Brody were terrible tonight. They were absolutely terrible. They were worse than Hall. That's how bad they were. The best defenseman on the Leafs last night was Travis Dermott, followed closely by Timothy Liljegren. That's your best defense? They were. Watch Liljegren. He's the only one who carried the puck up the ice and shot it in once in a while. Dermott went down. Hell, Hall even made some nice plays. He made a horrible turnover. I get it, and that's what everyone focuses in on. It was a horrible backhand pass that led to a breakaway. Didn't lead to a goal, led to a breakaway. It was a horrible play, a disgusting play. Not an NHL play. I get it. Justin Hull is not an NHL defenseman. But he wasn't the worst last night. That's how bad they are. Riley coughs it up. I don't know what Brody was doing. I guess he just wanted to hit the ice. And it's a flutter ball that goes over to Caulfield. And yes, Mrazek went too far over. And yes, it was a flutter ball and maybe he should have had it. But what the hell are you giving up a 2-on-1 like that for? What's the point? This is not normal. How many 2-on-1s the Leafs have last night? Oh, wait. How many breakaways did they have last night? 1. I remember Marner had one. How many times did Josh Anderson get behind Jake Muzzin last night? You're not even counting the stuff that Mrazek saved. He made some amazing saves. Yes, you can argue maybe the goalie has, but what the half are they playing like that on a 2-on-1? It was a flutter ball. If it would have been a regular pass, Mrazek was perfect to get there. It was a flutter ball. These happen. It's not the goalie's fault. Horrible period. Now let's go through the lines. I'm going to rate the lines before I get into the rest of this nonsense. First line. C-. Matthews was bad. I think he's got, obviously, his teeth are knocked out, so he's probably not feeling so great. Marner was okay. Bunting was okay. You kind of see their defense when Bunting's getting knocked around, like Ben Sherratt throwing him in the boards. Maybe it's a penalty, but who cares? He actually hit someone. I don't know if the Leafs defense, other than Dermott, who threw one hit, made contact. I'm not sure anyone did. I know Hall got knocked out. Muzzin knocked himself out. Those are only three contact that I don't know the Leafs had last night. Second line was beyond atrocious. I know Tavares can't. You go back to my videos last year. I already told you Tavares is almost $11 million for a guy who can't skate. Can't skate. Can't skate. Can't skate. Can't skate. Can't skate. How do you pay a guy $11 million who can't skate? The one Josh Anderson goal, really great coming back. Kerfoot, Tavares, Nylander, awful. Third line, I'm going to give them an A. That was the only line that went on the ice. Okay. At least I'm going to see an effort. Mikheyev an effort. Kampf an effort. Kashe an effort. Fourth line, I'm sick and tired of Simmons and Spezza, but okay, they got a freaking goal. Whatever. They weren't horrible. I'll give them a C. Let's get into the third goal. Start the period. Off you go. And Muzzin to the rescue. Simple play. Dump it in the zone. Missed the puck. Now, that one, Mrazek should have had. But how in the hell is this play happening? How? The $5.6 million overpaid, overrated piece of garbage named Jake Muzzin he misses a puck? What is he, 5? The puck didn't bounce on him. He missed it. And then, of course, don't take the guy, because that would be silly. If you make a mistake, it ain't the worst thing to take a penalty. The Leafs have a pretty good penalty kill. Take the penalty. Should have took the penalty on the first goal. No, didn't take the penalty on this one. 3-1, 3-0, sorry. You can argue that Mrazek should have had that one. Let's talk about the fourth goal. I get these things. Oh, Dermott's the issue. Are you kidding me? It was a bouncing puck. This was a bouncing puck. Dermott took his guy. Who had Anderson? Oh, Kerfoot was looking at him. Tavares was chugging down the ice at his speed. I go, Tavares, I'll get down the ice. Take him 10 goddamn minutes. I can go to Tim Hortons, get a coffee before he gets back. He makes Jason Allison look like a speedster. 4-0. You can argue possibly that Mrazek should have had it, but give me a effing break. How do you let Josh Anderson walk in like that? Blame Dermott? You got the wrong guy. This is what I hate about. Are you watching the game? The puck's bouncing. The guy that Dermott was with, he took him. Then we get one of the most amazing saves of all time off Josh Anderson. Now, what caused this? Cole Caulfield goes around the net, and I guess Muzzin didn't want to take the wraparound. Heaven forbid you take Caulfield on the wraparound. I'm going to take the other guy who's going to the corner. This is Muzzin's play again. Go to the corner. That's perfectly the best scoring spot in the world, is the goddamn corner of the ice. Caulfield gets to wrap it around when Caulfield's 5'2"? All Muzzin had to do was sit on the post, so there's not even a play. Oh, it's Liljegren for not taking him. Are you kidding me? Now, Mrazek had a horrible night. Was that not an amazing save? So I'll take the third goal back, but I'll give him that goal. Jesus, goalies are our problem. Fuck you. If you think the goalies are a problem, fucking go away. Fifth goal. I guess this is Mrazek's fault, 3-on-1. I guess that's his fault. He should have had the 3-on-1. Matthews, no back check. The first line, no back check. At that point, I guess they gave up. Then they score 2 quick goals. You go, oh, we might have a chance here. And then you realize Tavares is going to be on the ice for the next half shifts because we might get a goal. And he was about to, at what point was Tavares' line scary last night? Did you think they were going to score at some point? Maybe the Matthews line. I saw a couple opportunities. But I can tell you what line was on that. And guess who they played against? They didn't play against Nick Suzuki. And by the way, Nick Suzuki sucked. The Montreal Canadiens are an awful team. There's a reason why they're 12-33 and what the frig ever. I was texting with some buddies. There is a solution to this. Yeah, Bill, what do you mean there's a solution to it? They got no salary cap. Yeah, I know. Muzzin gets hurt. Now, I will state, even though I think Muzzin is not an NHL defenseman, and I think he should not be playing in the NHL, and I think he should be in the press box, and I think he should retire, I don't want to see anyone get concussed. Now, how he got concussed, let's talk about how that penalty killing and you're hitting the defenseman on their end. I know there was 10 seconds left. There's still 10 seconds. Montreal was just about to score before they friggin' blew the whistle. And I was thinking, why is Muzzin on a penalty kill pinching? I digress. Why would I ask a silly question like that? Hits his head. I don't want to seem concussed, but I was texting. We need Lou Lamoriello. He's got to go to Robidas Island. LTIR. I don't want to see him again. I am hoping that is the last game I watch of Jake Muzzin. I want him to be healthy. I do. No one's going to trade for this bag of bones. So I hope he recovers, but someone has a conversation with him to say, enough's enough. Dubas, Keith, you're watching the games. Mention to him that a trip to Robidas Island is in order. That would free up the money for you to get a real defenseman. You want to see a real defenseman? And he's not even really good. Schrott's not good, but he hit people. He actually makes contact, puts the body on someone. Brody with and why do you think Anderson has a great game against the Leafs every single time? It's because there's not the one defenseman that lays a body on him. It's like he can pitch a tent. It's an easy game for every forward when they play the Leafs. Easy. I know we got this Russian guy from Arizona. I will keep my open brain on this one. I'll watch him. Can't be any worse than what I've seen. When you lose 5-2 to the Montreal Canadiens, and it could have been more, and I watched it, again, let me go through it. Dermott was the best defenseman we had last night. He was. Lilligan was second best. That's really bad. I can't separate Riley, Brody, and Hall because they were all awful. But Muzzin was so bad it wasn't even funny. By the way, let's go through the stats. Hall, +2. And everyone's on Hall. We got to get rid of Hall. You don't need to get rid of Hall. Well, you do. But you don't need to get rid of him more than you need to get rid of Muzzin. Muzzin is the key here. He's got to stay on injured reserve so you free up the money. Now, you guys call that cheating. No, I don't call it cheating. Tampa Bay does it. Vegas does it. Every other team does it. But what, the Leafs can't do it? Do it. Tell Muzzin he ain't playing. Or lie to him. Say, you ain't playing to the playoffs. And then when the playoffs come around, go, yeah, tough break. Unless the Leafs get 2 defensemen. Now, who knows? This Arizona guy might be... I'll keep an open mind. I can't imagine he's the next coming of... you know what? I'm not even expecting... Just give me a Bob Rouse. Just give me a Dmitry Yuskevich, a stay-at-home defenseman. That's all that's all I'm looking for. Maybe get 2 of them. If you get $5.6 million freed up, then you can do something. But do the Leafs management. Shanahan, come on, man. You can't see this? Have the discussion with Jake Muzzin you need to have. Hurt his feelings. You signed him for 5.6. He isn't a $5.6 million player. Maybe let him know that. Anyways, what do the Leafs play tonight? At least Muzzin won't be in the lineup. I guess I'll do a video tomorrow morning or tonight, depending on how. If I did the one last night, I would have punched my wall. But hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you like it, comments.